this whole concept of providing support for transportation, including vehicles, to the stakeholders was also part of the component. Now, the initial concept is that we have areas where usually people who invest from their own resources and run public transport system will look only to those routes which are economically viable. Now, what happens is that the roads which are not economically viable, the individual entrepreneurs will not definitely choose those routes. Therefore, the manner of identifying the roads in which these vehicles will be used for facilitating, providing access to the citizens is part of the program. So in course of selection of these routes, I would like to know whether these particular aspect where people do need this kind of support is being considered or not.
Yes, sir. See, these 20 projects which is being undertaken by the government, based on the economic importance of these roads, which connects from one village to another villages, and it's so important roads, which ultimately will improve the economic activities of such region or such places. So therefore, this component has been also included while identifying the construction of road under this sector.
Mr. Speaker, sir, this may not be considered as my supplementary because my question was pertaining to the vehicles, not pertaining to the road, pertaining to the vehicles. As I have said, the private transporters will not actually identify those roads which are not economically viable. Therefore, who takes care of those roads to provide access of transportation for the citizens? And that's where the whole scope of covering those huge gap which is not covered by the individual transporters. Therefore, this particular component is considered based on which the whole concept has been formatted. Therefore, should there be deviation, then the actual intent of the project is defeated. Therefore, whether this particular issue is being considered while deploying these transport vehicles, that is my question.
Sir, I'll just add to this. Of course, the question is regarding different scopes of work, and as I mentioned by the honourable member, that this is a very broad project. But as I said, we focused on these particular projects that are listed out here in the initial stage. And as we move along, so in the second phase also there will be other projects. We have taken up, as I said, components of electric buses. But it's not necessary that we go into all the aspects that were mentioned out here. These projects are listed and discussed with the World Bank, and accordingly then decided on what components to be taken up and what components to not be taken up, because the scope of work will be quite broad. So therefore, sir, we have taken the note of the honourable member's suggestion, and as we move forward, we will see wherein, as and when possible, we will examine and see if these also proposals can be put in. At the same time, sir, I just want to remind also the members that even in my budget speech, I have mentioned this entire aspect about getting the inter-district connectivity and intra-district connectivity also, and that government will support. So there is a very strong intent of the government, because it has been mentioned in the budget speech also about the intra-district, inter-district movement, especially in routes which are not financially viable for commercial carriers to operate.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I would appreciate the attempt of the CM to share these inputs of the intent. But at the same time, Mr. Speaker, sir, you see, we do have problem. Therefore, the component that is to be considered in true perspective of really utilizing the whole benefit to the people has to be properly designed. Otherwise, it will happen like our earlier schemes which we have also implemented and we have burned our fingers. Based on that experience, this whole concept has been designed. Therefore, I would like to just urge upon the government, lest we make the same mistake. Because huge amount of money is involved. We are happy that this project has been approved by World Bank only because of this innovative concept that has been enshrined in the whole proposal. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, sir, the transportation facilities are to be designed with an access to market, with an access to hospitals, medical health care, with an access to your different economic activities. School children, the college students, even from different areas like your Babadam, Mr. Speaker, sir, then from different places, keeping in mind that most of the colleges are established in the district capitals. Therefore, who take care of these people? The buses, the commercially run buses, the individual entrepreneurs are not covering those roads. So I would like to therefore submit before this August House through you, Mr. Speaker, sir, that the government take into consideration this important aspect, that the people who are required to have transport system to have access to the market, access to the institutions like the colleges and higher secondary schools, and also the hospitals. These be taken into consideration, these be prioritized. I would like to get some assurance from the government.
Mr. Speaker, sir, just again to clarify to everyone that the PPR that was a project, a proposal that was set and put up in 2017, so final approval for those projects and final, the approval for the project appraisal that came in the year 2020, sir. So the design of the project evolved, and then finally there was a consolidation and the approval was given. And as I mentioned, sir, after the initial stage of the primary report that was submitted in 2017, the final shape was given in 2020, and that is what was ultimately approved. So based on that, the works have started, and as I said, this is one of the best best projects being implemented by this government, and World Bank is extremely happy with the work that is happening, and that is why they are very keen to give the second phase also to us. So therefore, it's not that we will burn our fingers. We are not burning our fingers because we're following the guidelines and spending the money as was designed and as was ultimately approved in 2020 along with World Bank. And as I said, the physical as well as the financial progress is very good, which is why the second phase also will be coming. Having said that, sir, I just want to add that MITP is not the only scheme through which we can move and help people. Government has multiple programs and schemes. And that is the reason why, if you must have noticed in the last many years, we have a program under Prime where we provide agriculture vehicles. Till date, we have provided over 100 Mahindra pickups, and we plan to go and give about 500 Mahindra pickups for agriculture and farmers to be able to transport their products from the field to the market areas, all to the different logistical centers. And this is being done as we speak, sir. So there are many other programs through which we are handling this. The programs that we have started for STEMs, through which we're providing school buses in the city. We have plans to expand that to other areas and try to see how we could move to other towns as well as to rural areas.